Good afternoon. Today we're going to be streaming a little bit of StoneShard. I'm just going to be doing the first dungeon and running back to town, so I'm going to be starting a new game here. Um, Now, the last time I did this, I used Jana. I think this time I'm just going to pick Derwin. Um, I mean, really, you can do this with anybody. I'm going to be using daggers because that's what I've used in Thread that somebody said that I couldn't really do this in, and I can understand that this game's a little bit rough for new people to begin with, but um, I've been playing this for a little while, so I'm pretty good at dealing with most of the situations it's going to throw at you. Obviously, there's going to be some RNG, but um, it is what it is. So Derwin's going to start out with his bow and some arrows. I'm not really going to be making use of that. I'm actually going to be playing dual daggers like I did in this forum thread, and um, I'm pretty sure this method will actually be nerfed in the patch coming on Tuesday, which I'm really excited about. Um, Troll Slayer will be coming out, and there will be uh, a little bit more content, a new boss, a little bit. I think the quest line will go up a little bit. It'll be nice. Um, so usually I start and buy another dagger. It doesn't look like he's got another dagger available today, so let's go over here and see if Bert has anything that we can dual wield. He's got this brigand dagger. I'll go ahead and buy that. There we go. So I got a couple daggers. I'm actually not going to be making use of these uh, bow and arrows, so I'm just going to walk over here and sell those off real quick so that they're not taking up space in my inventory. Now the bow and arrow is actually a really great starting weapon, but you need to put at least 1 point um, into ranged weapons. You need to have this take aim, otherwise you're probably not going to be hitting anything. Um, Derwin's an excellent character for that, but I'm actually going to just be using daggers on him for right now. So pick up the first couple dagger skills, and then we'll go ahead and pick up the first quest. Alright, so we're not going to be buying any supplies. Obviously, I spent most of my gold on this second dagger, so um, I don't really have enough money for a whole lot of supplies anyway. But I'm just going to go ahead and pick up this first quest. And he wants us to go over to Wolf Fang Fort. So let's go ahead and open up the map, see where that is. It's a pretty straight shot. We're just going to go through the next couple screens until we get to the fort here. And the idea is that you want to avoid, anything that's too big for you at level 1. So wolves, bears, that kind of thing. You don't really want to be messing with that stuff until you get a little protection, some more skills under your belt. If we run into them, we'll go ahead and fight them. But for the most part, normally I would be trying to avoid these as well. So I'm just going to go ahead. It doesn't look like there's even a road here, so we're probably not going to get ambushed or anything. Being that there's not a road, just some friendly woodland creatures. That's a not so friendly woodland creature. We're going to give him a wide berth. Just kind of keep on moseying through the woods here. See if we can spot anything. Some rabbits. I'm actually going to look around for some wolves real quick, just to kind of show what it looks like. There's a couple wolves here. All right, it looks like I've aggroed 2 of them at the same time. I was really just trying to get one, but we'll go ahead and fight both wolves. So this might go poorly for our hero here, but we're going to go ahead and deadly trick him, then hit him a couple times while we've got immunity. Alright. I was really hoping that would kill him, but it didn't. There we go. So now we're just going to have to fight this wolf toe to toe without cooldowns. There we go. And his friend over here has noticed us, so we're going to go ahead and take him out too. Um, now that we've got cooldowns, it should be possible, so we'll go ahead and deadly trick him. Hit him a couple times. Hit him with the daggers. There, he's dead. Alright, now we'll rest up. And that's kind of what you want to do. So if you do happen to run into a pack of wolves, you know, it's not that big a deal. You want to try to separate them as much as possible. If possible, fight one at a time. But just be careful, especially if you're going to be running off out of town to begin with without any supplies, really. You just need to be pretty careful about what you're doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep on heading to the right here. Hopefully I'll find this Wolfang Fort. Oh, there we go. He's down there. Alright, so we'll go ahead around the entrance. Oh, the entrance is down here somewhere, so we'll go ahead and try to find the entrance and see who's guarding it. Okay, so it looks like we got at least a couple guys. I'm going to back up a little bit here and just start shouting. There we go. So now we've got both of them. They're interested in my shouting. Not really sure what's out there. One of them is hostile now. Can't really see where he is, so he's coming. He's coming. He's a little slow. Alright, looks like I've aggroed his friend over here, and it's not usually what you want to do, but it is what it is. So same thing with the wolves. Hopefully we can kill this guy before he gets up to us. I guess not. So we're just going to fight him toe to toe. Then use cooldowns as they come up. He had some bread on him, which is good because I didn't bring any food with me. I'll just rest up a little bit here. And then there's 2 more guys. So we'll go ahead and shout. Looks like it only took 1 shout to get them this time. Alright, so we've got a couple guys. I'm just going to go ahead and try to separate them as much as I can. The other guy who isn't aggroed, he should hang out where he heard the noise last. So I'm just going to come over here, fight his friend a little bit. Alright, there we go. I'm going to take his crowns, and now his friend is coming. Our cooldowns are back, so that's not a big deal. Go ahead and trick him, hit him a couple times, double lunge, and he's dead. And now Jorgrim's a little thirsty. This is thirsty work, killing bandits, so we'll go ahead and drink. There we go. So we'll just come up to the door and rest a little bit. Alright, go inside. Alright, so first things first, I'm still going to check for traps, and this guy's not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to pull him, and it looks like there's another guy down here who just aggroed and saw me. Hopefully by the time, you know what, I'm just going to try to fight him straight up, so we're going to do that, and just hit him a bunch of times. He has to take aim between everything, and apparently his aim's really bad, so it's not that big a deal. And now that this guy's here, we're going to deadly trick him. That'll give us a free round where he can't hit us. And then double lunges back up. There we go. So, not too bad. You know, they're dead, I'm alive, and that's good. It's a best case scenario. I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up this flail and put it in my secondary loadout here and just use it to break barrels with. Alright, so just go ahead and break open some of these crates and whatnot. And what I'm really looking for is food or valuables, that kind of thing. So Gonna keep on checking for traps everywhere you go, because the last thing that you want is to be beating a dungeon and then step on a trap and then get injured, and then now everything's not going your way. Uh, Found this leather vest. It's not really better than what I've got. It's not going to sell for very much. Um, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave this where it is. But this would be a nice find if I were using somebody like Jana and wanted to, or Jorgrim perhaps, someone who doesn't start out with a lot of protection, for their chest piece. So I'll go ahead and just kind of keep on moseying through the halls here. Open up the door. You always want to open up the doors to the side if you can, and shout a couple times, and see what the cat drags in. So I'll just sit over here and wait and see if anybody comes around this corner. It looks like somebody stepped on a trap over there. That means there's definitely someone coming. He's still not alerted, so if they are not alerted, if they have a question mark, or basically if they don't have a red exclamation mark, then they don't know what's going on, and if you attack them, then you will get an auto crit thanks to one of your basic skills here, backstab. So these are always going to crit, and they're always strong crit. So boom, there you go. It just blows guys up. So I'll pick up this spiked club. I'm actually going to put that in my other loadout too. Use it to break barrels with. So, all right. See, I should have stuck out in this corner a little bit longer to see if anyone else wanted to come around the corner, but looks like that guy is coming, so we're just going to wait for him. He already knows I'm here, so I'm not going to get auto crit, so I'm actually going to open with a deadly trick, hit him a couple times, lunge, and he's down. He's got a flail. I might actually use this flail instead of that mace. I don't really care for the wooden weapons all that much. So it looks like he's a little bit hungry, so I'll go ahead and eat one of these pieces of bread. The bread makes you thirsty, so I don't really love the bread that much. What I really want to find is fruit or something like that that cures hunger and thirst at the same time. But it is what it is. If bread's what you got, bread's what you're going to eat. So check for some traps. Come down here, pick up these crowns, disarm this trap, then break some barrels. Alright, so I'm going to come down here around this corner. There's really two areas right now where enemies can come from. So I'm not, got to be a little bit wary about that. I'm just going to come down here. And luckily there's not really anyone down here for me to worry about, so I'm going to come down here and just break some more barrels. I'll take this ID scroll. Alright, so go ahead and take that. Switch back to these daggers. And see what might lie around the corner. Keep checking for traps. There might be some guys in here. It doesn't look like it. Alright, so this is a pretty safe room. And you got closed doors over here. Now I don't know if they'll change it, but for right now, enemies won't open closed doors just because they heard some noise, from what I can tell. I've never had it happen. I don't know if other people might have different anecdotal evidence. Now, if someone's aggroed you and you close a door, they will definitely come through that door and try to kill you. But if they don't know that you're there to begin with, I've never seen anyone come through the doors. So we'll just go ahead and keep checking everything, loot everything, see if there's anything useful. Come down to the side here and start shouting. See if anybody comes around the corner and wants to fight. Alright, so there is a guy. He's unaware. I'm going to go ahead and auto crit him. And he died immediately. And that's pretty much a best case scenario. So we'll wait a little bit longer. Look, there's another guy coming. He had a friend. Um, hit him, and he's dead too. So we'll just wait a little bit more, see if they have any more friends. You never know. It could be one guy, could be two guys, could be five guys. Alright, so check for traps. Doesn't look like there's anything around, so I'm just going to go ahead and start breaking barrels and see if there's anything good that I can loot. Oh, we got a crazy red potion here. I don't know what that does. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and identify it. Oh, a bad trip potion. You know what? I'm going to hold on to this just for the achievement later on, but I'm not going to be drinking that now. And you know, I'm glad that I did ID it. And I usually don't have an ID scroll with me, but I usually just chug the potions that I come across, and that would have been a pretty interesting run there. So, all right, so we got a traveling staff, an hourglass, some crowns. The staff's not going to sell for anything, but um, you know what? I'm just going to leave this stuff here. I'm looking for high dollar items, you know, stuff that's going to sell for 30 to 50 generally. So, all right, so I'll come down to the side here, open the door, shout a couple times. Oh shoot! Well, he was right there. We'll go ahead and hit him a couple times, and he's dead. Looks like he had another friend back there. So usually you'll have to hit them, you know, one or two more times afterward, but you know, he's just killing them. So that works out. I'm good with that. Alright, it doesn't look like anyone else is coming, so we'll just keep on moseying. Check for traps. Break some barrels. So really what I want to do is I want to come down here and shout a couple more times and see if there's anyone down here before I just start breaking everything. Otherwise there's going to be somebody that runs up on me and tries to ruin my day. Now obviously, because I just said all that and ran over here and shouted, none of that's actually going to happen. So there's not going to be anyone down here, and it's going to be completely safe. So that's cool. Got an enchantment scroll. Normally I would save these up and try to save scum a whole bunch of enchants, but there's a patch coming here in just a few days. It's going to wipe all this stuff anyway. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this enchant on my dagger. It gives me a crit efficiency and a little less fumble chance. So that's good. And yeah, you heard that right. So on Tuesday, I believe, is when the patch comes out, and like I said, I'm really excited for it, but it will be wiping progress. So I don't think the saves will be compatible. So I'm just kind of playing this for funsies right now. Alright, so take a little sip of water. See how my hunger is. Yeah, hunger's okay. Alright, so get my daggers ready and we'll head on to the next floor. Check for traps. Come down to this corner. Shout a couple times. Matter of fact, I'm going to shout 3 times and see if that brings anybody coming. So we're just going to hang out. So the more times you shout in a row, the more people will hear it, the further it goes. So 3 shouts is probably going to get the vast majority of the dungeon that is not behind closed doors. Right here is obviously not a great hiding spot because he saw me before I could actually hit him. So he's going to come up here. I'm going to do a little deadly trick. Hit him a couple times. Double lunge. And then hit him. I got a little buff here for being heroic. So that's nice. It's got weapon damage and less damage taken. This guy already sees me also. I don't have any cooldowns, so I'm just going to have to fight him toe to toe. Use the cooldowns as they come up. All right, so not too bad. I got a level up, probably from fighting those wolves and all the guys so far. So um, I'm going to go ahead and put 1 point into perception. That's for bonus range. And then I'm going to put my other point in agility. Because I'm using daggers, and daggers scale pretty well off of agility. Um, let's see, maybe even get another, uh, maybe even put another point in daggers. Let's see. Gaping Wound is a pretty decent point. It's an active ability. You know, if they're already bleeding or anything of that nature, it does get damage. Um, it makes them take more energy to use their abilities. But Painful Sabs is also okay. Uh, you know, it's a stack and buff, gives you more crit chance, and crits are really what kills people when you're using daggers. So you know what? I'm actually just going to go Painful Stabs. This is kind of just a nice to have. It's not going to save you or anything, but you know, it stacks and it's a nice little buff. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer because I shouted a lot, and I feel like that's probably going to bring a lot more people, but maybe not. Oh, look, no, it did bring at least one more. And I really should have used Painful Stabs instead of waiting one more time, but I'll go ahead and deadly trick this guy, and I'll use the stabs when he can't hit me, and then I'll double lunge him. Alright, so that could have gone a little bit better. Wasn't the best thing, but I'll rest a little bit, try to get my health back, and then wait some more, see if anyone else comes around that corner. Check for traps. I don't really see anyone else, so I'm going to come back here and break these barrels then. I got a rag. That's okay. I've already got bandages. I don't really need a rag to stop bleeding. I might actually just throw that away. They don't sell for really anything, so. Alright, so. Oh man, we came across the boss. He's just right there. So I'm going to Painful Stab up. Deadly trick him, which he blocked. Hit him a couple times. Lunge him. Oof, he's hitting me now. Hit him a few more times. I'm really kind of dependent on those crits right there, so there we go. Boss is down. Yeah, the spiked club. That's not going to sell for a whole lot, so I'm just kind of going to leave that on the ground where it was. And kind of a bust when it comes to all the stuff I've gotten from this dungeon. It's been a pretty sad run, actually. Usually I can count on about 1,000 gold worth of stuff from a dungeon run, but looks like this one's going to be pretty low. So I guess we'll just start picking up all this alcohol and such and sell that. So go back to my daggers, finish out the rest of the dungeon. As you can see, it's taken a bunch of hits to actually break these barrels now. I think the weapons that I picked up are worn out, so I don't think they're actually doing the job when it comes to doing this. You know what? I'm just going to use the daggers. Now, I don't usually try to use my main weapons to break barrels because it does cause some durability damage, but at the beginning it's pretty tolerable. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm going to go ahead and eat a couple things real quick. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to tuck up in the corner, open the door, shout a couple times, and wait. go. Just because the boss is done doesn't mean that you can get lazy or get antsy. You can die at any moment. See, like I just ran around the corner. Now there's this guy. Um, so there we go. See, I could have just killed him in one hit, but instead I got impatient, like I was just saying not to do, and had to fight him a little bit longer. But it's okay. All right, so got an open door. That's a little bit weird. Alright, so I'm going to play Ring Around the Rosie a little bit with this guy. There we go. Alright, so keep checking for traps. Break some boxes. Alright, so now there's two different areas that people can come from, so I don't really want to shout a couple times because that may not work out the way that I want it to. So I'm just going to keep checking for traps and just kind of go down one area and see what is in there. In this case it's just barrels and boxes, so nothing too much to worry about. Hopefully there's some stuff that I can sell. As you know, I left town. I didn't have a whole lot of cash with me. I think I had, I don't know, 80 something gold. So I picked up a few crowns in the dungeon itself, and hopefully I can sell some of this stuff. Alright, so I'm going to shout a couple times. See if anyone comes around this corner. Looks alright. Yeah, there's nothing around here. Go ahead and see if there's anything in the nightstand. Drink a little water. Actually, I'm gonna eat this tomato. Then drink a little water. Alright. Alright, so there's a guy, he sees me. He's pretty much immediately hostile. And run around the corner. There we go. Alright, so I think that's it for the dungeon. That's pretty much everything, so I'll just go ahead and loot what I can. Alright, so eat this tomato. And I don't think that there's any other rooms that I didn't discover, so I'm just gonna run out and run back to town. Make sure there's no rooms that I didn't check out. Looks good. This dungeon only had 2 floors. Right now they only have 2 or 3 floors. I don't know if they'll change that in the future. Before I bought the game, I think they had more floors. I did see a patch note saying that they had changed it to only be 3 floors max for right now. Hopefully they do change that in the future. So let's see. So I'm just right here. I just got to go over a couple screens and then we'll be back in town. So alright, let's just go ahead and do that. I was trying to see if there might be anything interesting nearby that we could check out, but I think this video is running pretty long so far, so we're just going to go ahead and run back to town. Now, I remember there was a bear somewhere along the way, so I kind of want to not run into that while I'm trying to run back to town. So we'll just kind of keep it toward the top here. I know he was kind of toward the middle, so hopefully we just pass right above him. Alright, so we're just running back to town here. Oh, ran right into some wolves. A wolf, one wolf's not so bad. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and we'll deal with our one wolf. Alright. Oh, he had a friend. Okay. So we'll just wait for cooldowns. And by the time he gets here, our cooldowns will be good. So, there we go. Alright. Guess it was just the 2 wolves. Usually it's 3. So. Alright, so we'll just keep on moseying on along. We're almost back to town already. And there we go. So, we're back to town. It's nighttime. I think everyone's actually sleeping. But we'll go ahead and see if... Oh, there he is. Oh, no, he's going to run away from me. He doesn't want to talk. Oh, I'm here about my reward. I'll take your 325 gold. See you, guy. Alright, now everyone's asleep, it looks like, because it's nighttime and you know they all have their own little lives to live, but that's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and talk to this little innkeeper girl, pay her for the night, and now we can actually go upstairs and save, which I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I haven't actually done since I started this game. So we'll go over here and save the game, sleep for a little bit. It's actually only 7 in the morning, so now that we've done that, everyone should be coming back out to, I don't know if this is a bug or what, but for some reason, whenever I come back to town, everybody wants to go to bed, but it's actually not nighttime, so we'll go ahead and we'll have him fix up our daggers. And see if there's anything we can sell to him. And I'll sell him some lockpicks. That's about it. So let's see here. We'll go over to. Do I have anything for Bert? Not a whole lot, but we'll go ahead and sell our booze. So the booze you want to sell to the fruit lady or the innkeeper. So I'll go ahead and sell him whatever he'll buy from me. He doesn't have a lot of gold. But I'll sell as much as I can. Alright, so that's about as much as he's going to be able to buy from me. Alright, so we'll go ahead and down here. Actually, go ahead and sell him these crappy flails. 2 gold. Yeah, they're completely broken. Go over here and see if she can buy the rest of my booze from me. Probably not. She's only got a couple hundred. Maybe. No, that's not too bad. There we go. And then I'll go down here and sell my pelts. But first, always fill your water skin. Take a drink. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and repair whatever I can. Not too bad. Sell the rest. I'm going to get rid of this rag, these pelts. And that is pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the first dungeon. No real prep. I bought a dagger, went straight to the dungeon, came back home, fought some wolves on the way. That's pretty much it, boys and girls. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't too long. I'll see you guys later.